pin my paper down and then draw the front face of one of the forms, which is more than halfway through the bottom of this page, viewing it from my picture. So I'm taking that into consideration, and I'm also thinking about the placement of this on the page, because that is something that I can slightly change. Now I'm going to find the angles on this photo, and I'm going to bring those over to a drawing, and I'm going to find where these two angles cross. I'm going to put a pin in there. That is my vanishing point, which falls on my eye level, so I brought the pink string down for that. Now this is my orthogonal lines, which are those back edges that go to that vanishing point. So I use the strings to find that for my 1-point box. Now I'm going to guesstimate where that back edge is going to go using the sighting stick. And then I'm going to draw that in, and then I'm going to figure out where a cube falls within this, because the front of this box and that top edge are the same distance. So I know that that is a perfect cube, so I can use that to help with determining the cone of vision. So if I go from a diagonal line from this corner and figure out where it crosses the horizon line or the eye level and put a pin in there, that gives me my cone of vision, because I can take that and take a string and wrap it around my central vanishing point. I'm going to tie a knot to make sure that these are equal, and then pull it up and then bring it back and tighten it out, and that will become my cone of vision. So that's the yellow string. The yellow string is my cone of vision. The pink string is my eye level. The cone of vision has to fall on the eye level, and it has to be equal distance on each side of the central vanishing point. So again, I'm going to put an orange string up, and I want you to see this again. From that corner, it went up to that cone of vision. Now I'm just finishing and making the box transparent by going back to my central vanishing point. And then I connect and make sure that these are parallel to the sides of the page. When I go and I draw on that back edge, it's going to be parallel to the top and bottom of the page. So make sure that your lines stay parallel. Only the orthogonal lines going back that vanish go to the central vanishing point. Every other line should be parallel. Now I'm deciding what my placement. I can use a sighting stick to do this. Remember, you're always drawing what you see. So using that sighting stick and lining it up are very, very, very important. Now I'm drawing this front face of this 1-point box, which is parallel to my picture plane. And the orthogonal lines are going back to that 1-point vanishing point, that central vanishing point.
Alright, there's two ways to find this back edge. I can either just guesstimate it, or like I did with this box, I looked at the distance from here, because I know it's the same distance as what it goes back here, so I went like this and found a square, because I knew that this rectangular shaped box looks like it's the same height, and it's the same distance going back this way. So if I use this square to find the back edge, I know that that's going to be accurate, because you have to have, it has to be a square in order to be able to use the cone of vision to find the back edge. So if I do the same thing on this box, I can either guesstimate and say, okay, it looks like the back edge ends about here, and draw it in, or I can be more precise because I already have a cone of vision that I figured out. So it looks like the distance from here and here that's maybe going to be about here, and then I can draw a square.
So once I have the square in, I can bring that back to central vanishing point, and then I will be able to use that orange string, and I found that where that back edge crossed. I'm finding all of these lines, keeping them parallel and making this transparent. So now this box over here is, used my sighting stick to kind of figure out where it should be, and I'm going to guesstimate this back edge, but it's pretty easy because I can see that there's just a little tiny split between this rectangular form and the other rectangular form, and I can see that because I'm drawing what I see, so I can see that there was just a tiny little space. Now I'm making this transparent. Those lines go to the central vanishing point, and then I make sure that when I come in and do the back edge that it's parallel to the top of the page and the bottom of the page, and this line is parallel to the sides of the page. Now I have one more box to put in here, and I'm going to look at where it falls on this box. I need to make sure that it fits on this box, and it looks like it's sitting on it. So I have this front edge. It is going to go above eye level, so it's kind of like a box that's almost like right at eye level, but over to this right side a little bit. I'm drawing in the orthogonal lines to the central vanishing point. Make sure that back edge is parallel to the sides of the paper. Again, transparent. These are my orthogonals going to the central vanishing point, and then I draw that back edge parallel to the bottom and the top of the paper. Everything should connect correctly. If something doesn't, you need to figure out what happened, because it's very likely that you just were off somewhere.